So for solving these equations, we basically need to put this into some sort of quadratic equation. So I'm going to do h. So in h, the first thing we're going to do is isolate the square root. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Now this is very important that we add the 4 to both sides, because if we don't have the square root by itself, when we square, there's going to be a plus in there, or minus in this case. So if I had it squared here, that minus affects my squaring. We cannot square when there's minuses. So that's why we have to move it over to this side, and then once we square it, we can square both sides, and on the right hand side I can now multiply. So I end up with x plus 5. This is going to be x plus 4 times x plus 4, so I'm going to FOIL this out. I'm not going to square across the plus. I'm going to multiply, so I'm going to get first outside, inside last. And I get that. It's really important that you never square across plus and minuses. So now we can put it into the quadratic formula. So we're going to end up with plus 7x, make it equal to 0 first, plus 11. Once I have that, I can either factor or put it into the quadratic formula. In this case, I'm going to put it into the quadratic formula because it doesn't factor. So I end up with negative 7 plus minus the square root of 49 minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So that simplifies to, looks like square root of 5 all over 2. Okay, and we should check for restrictions. We have to make sure that the restrictions here, x has to be greater than, it's going to have to be bigger than negative 5 based on my inside domain restriction here. So x must be greater than or equal to 5. So just checking these numbers, both of these numbers look to be, one of these numbers is not greater than 5. Okay, so testing this out, I'm just going to work out the decimals here. So I end up with negative 7 plus square root 5 divided by 2. Okay, that's going to give me negative 2 point. So none of these, oops, this should be bigger than or equal to negative 5. So negative 2.38. That's okay. That's going to be bigger than negative 5. Okay, so then I need to check the other number. Okay, this is negative 4.62. So again, that's bigger than 5. So both of these are valid solutions. But because of the square root, we do have to check for extraneous solutions.